Are we there? Are we there?
Yes, namaste and blessed be everyone. Thank you so
Hi.
much for joining us for
Yes.
another episode of Witch Times Television, where tonight we're going to be talking about some tips for success. Please forgive. I know we usually run a little late, but Mercury retrograde. Hail Mercury, we love you so much.
We
And
do, we
yes,
do, we
Mercury in
do.
retrograde, you have things to do. But if you could just let us get through the show, we would be so grateful. But anyway, I'm Goddess Rhonda, of course, and we have with us, as always, our beautiful Goddess Star.
Hi, everyone. Good to be here tonight. Blessed be, Merry Meet. Oh, and Blessed Full Moon. I know it's tomorrow, but hey. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, okay, let me make sure I'm
We're
muted
just happy
here.
to be here tonight.
Yes, it was a struggle, but we made it.
Yes, yes. And I'm going to make the apologies now because my candle is not staying lit and everything because it's hot and I have the fan on and it refuses to stay lit. So the fire is in the ether.
Okay, so I just
Alrighty.
wanted to mute this. Okay, now that's muted. And so now we should be good to go. Yes, we are. All righty. So, as always, before we begin, we like to cast a circle of protection around us. All hail, our lords and ladies of the East, our brothers and sisters, our brother and patron, the sacred element of air, namaste. Divine honor, love, joy, peace, and respect to thee. We charge thee, please cause a barrier of protection through all of our walls that face your direction. From corner to corner and end to end, let peace and protection reign herein. Thank you. So it is, so mote it be.
So it is, and so mote it be. As I said, my fire is in the ether because it will refuses to stay lit with my fan. But here we go. All hail, our lords and ladies of the South, my brothers and sisters, my brother and patron, the sacred element of fire. Namaste. Divine honor, love, joy, peace, and respect to thee. I charge you, please cause a barrier of protection through all of our walls that face your direction, from corner to corner and end to end. Let peace and protection reign herein. Thank you, and so it is, so mote it be.
So it is, so mote it be. All hail, our lords and ladies of the West, our brothers and sisters, our sister and patron, the sacred element of water. Namaste. Divine honor, love, joy, peace, and respect to thee. We charge thee, please cause a barrier of protection through all of our walls that face your direction, from corner to corner and end to end. Let peace and protection reign herein. Thank you. So it is. So mote it be.
So it is, and so mote it be. All hail, our lords and ladies of the North, my brothers and sisters, my sister and patron, the sacred element of earth. Namaste. Divine honor, love, joy, peace, and respect to thee. I charge you, please cause a barrier of protection through all of our walls that face your direction, from corner to corner and end to end. Let peace and protection reign herein. Thank you, and so it is, so mote it be.
So it is. So mote it be. And we now bring down the divine white light from the sacred source of all well being and fill all of our spaces with peace and protection always. So it is, so mote it be, and thank you.
So it is, so mote it be, and thank you. All right, we are here
All
tonight with you
right, we're
guys. We are so
so
happy to be
good.
here. Yes.
We are so glad to be here, to be with you guys. We fought it out through the retrograde tech stuff and we made it. We made it. We're just so glad to see you guys. And
Yeah,
so,
we
welcome
are.
everyone
Yes.
in the chat room, as
Yes.
always. And
Yeah.
please don't be shy if you're here. Join us in the chat room if you have
Yes.
some questions for us or comments you'd like to make. They are very friendly in the chat room.
I was
They
just
will be
about to
very
say
kind.
that. Yeah. If you're new to the chat room, please, I'm telling you, we've got some wonderful patrons in there. They're all wonderful. They're all welcoming. And They will make you feel welcomed in there. They do not make anyone feel, set aside or anything like that. Oh, and I
Absolutely.
wanted
We are
to
not
thank,
judging.
many of the people in our chat room that came to Witches Fest yesterday. And was it yesterday? Today is Monday. No, so it was.
Day before.
I'm missing a day. Sorry.
That's
It was
okay.
on
You're
Saturday. It
tired.
was
You
on
have a long
Saturday. I'm tired. It was on Saturday, and some of them came up to tell me how much they admire our show, and they were so glad to meet me, and that they're there in the chat room, and and I told them, speak up, go ahead, let us know what's going on. And so thank you very much. We appreciate everything that you guys do and your support.
awesomeness. All right. So let's talk about today. We are talking about spiritual practices that can bring you success. And I see that Jem says it was a beautiful experience.
Oh, she was at Rich Fest. Thank you. I'm glad you
Yes, she said
enjoyed
it
it.
was a beautiful.
I'm glad you
Okay,
enjoyed it. Yes.
so we are talking about things that can help you, some tips and tricks that can help you to be successful with your manifestations, because we're actually, what is this, July, August, September, October, November. We are less than 5 months away from the end of the year. Soon it's only going to be like 4 months left, if you can believe it.
Wow.
And so I know that when we started this year, we had all these grand intentions that we were going to do. And hopefully you've made progress, which is great, but you may need a little extra oomph to help you to be more successful. So we're going to start off with using tarot cards and oracle cards. First, we'll talk about the spell work in a minute, but Goddess Star and I wanted to emphasize the importance of doing divination work for yourself. I know that, let's just say, your idea was to start a business this year, and you were trying to do it, and a lot of us will have ideas and we don't know how to implement them. And so you can do like what I do is I ask my cards, okay, what do I need to do the first week of July to have more success? What do I
Right.
need to do the second week of July? Go through it. You can, if not everyone uses cards, use whatever you use. If you use runes, if you use fire divination, crystal balls, whatever technique that you use, you don't have to, because it can get overwhelming and confusing when you're trying to do something, you're not sure what you're doing, and there's a lot going on, and you have to do this, you have to do that, and you don't know what order to do them in. It has been very helpful to me to set myself up and say, okay, universe, tell me what I need to do this week in order for it to be
Be successful.
successful. You can pull cards for the whole month and say, okay, how's it going to go this month for me? And if things are looking a little hinky, then you're ready to say, okay, looks like I'm going to have an issue around the last week of July. Then you can do some manifestation work to mitigate or cancel that out. So it is important to not just go by, we're taught to use our mental faculties. And even as witches, we might revert to that because that's what we know. And so you want to use your divination techniques to help you to know what it is you need to do. When I did mine for July, it said for the first week, just chill out, relax, don't do anything. And I'm like, but wait, I have to do something. I'm not getting. And I said, you know what? The
Relax.
universe knows better than me. I'm going to relax. And as it turns out, I really needed to relax. So go ahead. What do you think about that, Goddess Star, of,
I think it's very
using
accurate.
your divination tools?
I think it's a beautiful tool to use. I believe that with the divination part, I believe in you doing meditations and visualizations and affirmations with it, because as well as inputting, like a lot of us, like you and I, we have a tendency to do. We constantly, we've got lists of things that we have and we want to do because we want to be so productive and put ourselves out there and do what we have to do. But honestly, there is a time when you need to rest and take that time and meditate your mind and rejuvenate your mind so you can get new ideas. The meditation and the visualization
Right.
can help take you there, and doing the divination with a tarot card while you're meditating and doing all those things. You can even use one of the what is it, the Ace of Pentacle or something like that, and meditate with that. Do a visualization and then an affirmation after about what is it you want to accomplish. You know, what is it that you see yourself doing? Envision already the end result
Mm-hmm.
of what you would get from all the things that you've done and put out in the universe for you to accomplish with this business that you are beginning, or the job that, if you found the right kind of job, what's it going to do? Would you take that trip to Italy or whatever it is? Do your visualizations and your meditation, because honestly, it calms your mind. It makes you think better. You're able to think more thoroughly and think things through in a proper manner that tends to make it flow better. And if you don't take that time to rejuvenate and help you rethink things, sometimes you may mess up because you could have been, let's take a rest a moment. Like when it told you to rest for a week and you're like, but I want to do, and it's like, take a chill pill for a week. You know what I mean? Because it's basically telling you just stop, let it rest for
Yes.
chill for a minute. And that's hard to do when we're constantly being in our heads telling us to constantly do something and be proactive in our business or
Right.
ideas and stuff. And we do that a lot. But honestly, I think we forget to chill. We do.
We do. We totally forget to chill. And you know what? We're eager, we have good intentions, we
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
make
we do.
money, but especially you also have a life. It would be great if you could just dedicate yourself to fulfilling all of your wishes, but you can't. You have to work, you have family, you have laundry, you have to cook, you have to shop, and
You've
you've got
bills,
kids,
you've got bills, you've
and
got
by the
bills.
time you finish, well, that's true. And then by the time you finish with your day, you might be like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't even work on my thing on my project or whatever. And then if you think, you know what, just take a few minutes as God is star suggested, and calm it down, relax it down, put the kids down for bed, put your dishes away or whatever it is you need to do. And before you pick up the remote control, pick up a tarot card or pick up an oracle card, or just go into your mind or fire gaze, whatever brings you peace. Go ahead and do that. And that will, I can actually take your fatigue away and give you that mental focus that you're trying to get things done, because it is hard when you're trying to do, especially if you're starting a business or trying to improve your business. It already takes up
A
so
lot of
much
your
of your
time.
time.
Yeah, it does.
And so, you can use, do divination work to help you plan out what it is. I have decided a long time ago that the universe knows better than me. And I could sit here and try and puzzle it out, or I can say, help me out, brothers and sisters, and Mother Goddess and Father God. I need some help down here. So let me know what I need to do. And I found out that their advice is much better than me sitting here trying to puzzle things out by myself, because I have other things going on in my head. I'm thinking, well, it's like when they said, oh, go ahead, take the week off. You'll be fine. I'm like, but my bills aren't going to take the week off. Shouldn't I be working? And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen, and I'm going to rest for the week. And I'm glad I did, because the second time, going into the second week, I was really busy. So I needed that rest, not just for that, but for some health issues. So it's really good to do that. It takes the stress off of you, and you can pretty much be sure that what the universe tells you is going to work out for you. So you can go ahead and, do your divination. See what is the success. Sometimes, I had an idea that seemed brilliant, like, oh, this is brilliant, I'm going to make $1 million. And then I'll pull cards on it, and the cards are like, you're going to lose money, you're going to be depressed and heartbroken. And, it's like the universe is saying, don't do that, at least not right now. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to do that then. I'll do whatever it is that's going to be fruitful for me now. Later on, I can, pick up that course again if it comes up again. So it is important. It is to me. I mean, you guys can do what you want to do, but it can make your life easier if you use divination to plot out what it is you're trying to achieve, to actually plot out a course. So give it a shot. Try it for a month. Just try it for a month. Pull cards. Say, how is the rest of July going to go for me? Pull your cards
Yeah.
or your crystal ball, whatever it is you use. See what's going to come up for you. If there's an issue, then ask, what can I do to mitigate or cancel this out or fix it? And then go about and do that. We have a lot of control over our lives that sadly we do not take advantage of. And so we wanted to, take the stress off of you, allow the universe to help you, and then watch how much faster you get along. And even ask the universe, like I did, is this a good idea? If they say, nope, it's not a good idea, it's like, okay. And I put it on the shelf. And I'll go ahead and do something that they approve of, that they know for whatever reason, it's auspicious timing for me to do it now. So we
Yeah.
want you guys, and if you guys have done that, if there's anyone in the chat room who has done that, that uses divination to plot out their month. I know people who pull a card every day
I
just to
do.
see what's,
I do.
what's day. And that's okay. We're given this to help us. So, however you want to work, if you want to do a card for the week, a card for the day, a card for the hour, but go ahead and use your tools to help you plan your life, and that will take a lot of the stress off of you. All right. So next up, we're going to talk about, since we started off talking about cards, we're going to go ahead and expand on that. Tarot cards, oracle cards, they have all different names for cards now, but whatever cards you
Yeah.
use, cards are not just divination tools. They carry energy, they carry spell energy, and you can use your cards to create spells to help yourself. Now, Goddess Star and I both have this awesome book
Yeah.
that you might want
There we
to
go.
invest.
There it is. Can you guys see it?
Yep,
Oh,
we can.
yep.
I can see yours. Can you see mine?
Yes, I can. Put it up a bit more, a little bit higher that way, because I'm
How's
seeing the
this?
name Tarot Spells, but I don't know if you wanted to show Janina's name. It's by
Oh,
Janina Renee.
okay.
It's by
Yeah, there we
Janina
go.
Renee. And I think we mentioned her a couple of times on the show before at different times, because what I try to do is be always give rights to the people who started something. And
Absolutely.
she started the first book ever I had ever seen written on tarot spells. Since then, there's been a lot of other authors and stuff like that. But I always, when I look at it, I kind of see certain things where I'm like, okay, you kind of just twisted it a little bit, but you took that from Janina. Um, so I go back to the person who's the originator, and I really, and her first book, it's the same book. It's just that when it was first printed, it was in 1980 something, I believe. This is what it looked like, and now it's just revised, and I think she added a few pages. Um, so this is the newer one. Um, but
Oh, I didn't even know you made a newer one.
girl, I this is where I had it at first. And then when I saw the new one, I was like, oh, I want the new one. It was printed in 1994. 1994. And so back then there weren't I did not know of any other tarot spell person that had written anything. And it's so detailed for so like over 150,000 um, uh, um, copies of her book was sold, and but she has so many spells in here. Like I don't know, like maybe I think it's 300 of them, right, or something like that. And
There's a
for just
lot.
about for just about every situation you could think of. And she itemizes it based on whether it's business or job or health or you name it, addictions, you name it, she's got it in there. For a particular spell and how it's written out, and what tarot card to use for each particular situation, and it makes sense the way she talks you through it and everything. And what I like about it is she's smart about it. She adds in the meditation and the visualization and the affirmations, which is some of the things that we were suggesting to you guys before, because it does help. All of those things help because when you come up with a business idea, I don't care who you are, without realizing it, you're already envisioning the success or what it would do to help others so that you could then make money from it, or the end result in some way. You are doing that visualization for it. So she's saying to you, take a meditation with it, do the visualization, do your affirmations about where you want to take it. And that way it will come into fruition more. You know what I mean? And if the more you work as magical beings, the more you work on a particular spell in whatever way that it is that you work with it, and you utilize all the tools with it, the more it tends to come out in fruition in more like a cinematic view, if you know what I mean. More like almost like it's playing itself out before your eyes as to how it's going to end up. And it's amazing when you utilize this tool. So give it a shot, and as to what we're trying to tell you. At least give it a try. What do you think, Goddess?
And just so you know, this book is not just about making money or, business stuff and things like that. This has a lot of stuff like if,
Everything.
it's one thing to want to do a business or get a new job or whatever, but what if you don't have the courage? They have spells in here with the star, using the star card, strength, and the chariot to give you courage for facing difficult situations. They've got spells to purge yourself of old emotional pain and guilt, to have an amicable divorce. If you're ready for a divorce and you want to stop the fighting and do it nicely, they even have a spell for that in
For
here
that,
too. If
yeah.
your family is fighting, truce in family quarrels. So it's a real, it's not just for, creating wealth or success or anything like that. It is also for emotional things, family things, all kinds of stuff. So you might want to give that a try. Now, for those of you who don't have the book, you're like, well, I don't know if I can afford it right now. I did pull up a site, which I'll put in our
Oh,
group
okay.
of the top 10. But before I do, we're just going to go into the chat room because I see that our darling Satsuki Ande May Moon,
Hi, good
and
to see you
Goddess, why don't I just
guys.
call you Goddess Moon? I'm going to call you Goddess Moon if that's okay with you. Um,
Oh, and
not because not
go
because
ahead,
I
go ahead.
trip over your name, but I love how it flows. Oh, and plus you've got the moon thing going. And I think Goddess Moon, you represent the divine feminine. I hope that's okay with you. If not, let me know. But I see you were introducing your friend Preston. Welcome, Preston. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining us. And I see we also have a couple. I think we have someone else who's new here. Yes, we have Goddess Melissa. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And of course, we love Kali and Rebecca and Jem, and Carol and Zakia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We love you, love you, love you. And thank you for bringing your friends. And Lolan, thank you for coming as well. Okay, so moving on from that. And I'd
I
also
did
like
want
to
to
take just
mention,
a second.
I did want to quickly mention that I was so surprised to find that she even had something for people who wanted to have courage to be able to face difficult situations. Like, I mean, literally
Yeah,
speaking, you can,
courage.
I know she actually, some of what it is that she's had in here, you can use for even for counseling with some of your people, because you can help them
Mm-hmm.
garner their courage or whatever it is, because they think they're doing it in a spell fashion, but it comes with the meditation and the affirmations and things like that, and it has helped people in that sense. So if it helps in terms of counseling someone, imagine what it can do for you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying it works on so many levels that, like I was telling Goddess Rhonda earlier, I'm hoping we can have her one time on our show, because she's truly amazing in her insights into it. And you could tell that she did not just write this book as, gee, this is a spells about different things. Like, she really was
Right.
very insightful about it. and how she came from it in different angles. And I admire her for that, for thinking of a bigger picture, like an overall picture of how can she help people in general. And that's pretty unique for her, and in the sense of spells and how they come at it. So I think that was brilliant.
I think it's brilliant too. I think it's awesome, and I think it's definitely a book to add to your library if you
Yeah, you
don't
really should.
have it. We've got a couple of more new people. Blessed be Erica. Blessed be Grand Madame. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So I did pull up a site
Uh-huh.
for the top 10 cards. And if you just Google top 10 tarot cards for success and achievement, it'll come up. But I'll put the link in our, I think it'll let me put it in the chat room. I'm going to try. Sometimes it does, sometimes not. But in the meantime, so the top 10, one is the sun. In fact, let me just, got a star, I am sending you
Hmm.
this link so we can, 10 of them so we can trade off.
Okay.
So I
But
just
don't
sent it to
forget,
you.
I do know that with links, whenever I've tried to do it, it won't let me do it, but I'll give it a try.
Okay, see if it'll let you pull up
Okay.
that link. It looks
Okay.
like it let me put it in the chat room. It did. So I put it
Yeah.
in the chat room. You guys, if you want to follow along, if you want to, click on it and follow along. I put that in there. All right. So while you pull that up, Goddess Star, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the Sun card.
Okay.
So the Sun. The Sun is the card for success in the tarot deck. And with success comes a radiant glow of positive energy and accomplishments for everything you have achieved. It helps you to keep a positive attitude, and you can multiply that success. So you can make a copy of that card. I like to laminate them in case I spill wax, and you can burn your candles on top of them, or you can
Okay.
do
It
what
let
I
me
do.
do
I
it.
put it in
Yay.
Publisher. Yay!
Sorry.
Or you
It
can
let
put
me
it
do it. It
in
let me do it. Yay. Okay.
Publisher, and you can put your picture in it and merge your picture into it to get that energy as well. But so our top one is the sun card. So if you've got a tarot deck, you can make a copy of that sun card, burn a candle on it, write your petition on the back of it, and you can use that to get your success. All right, I'll let you do the next one, Got a Star.
Okay. Sorry. Where did you get that one with the cards? Is it with the same link that you did?
All right, if you just scroll down,
Okay, hold on.
if you scroll down
Okay.
just a little bit.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I see it. Let me see. The next one is the world, right? Okay, the world.
So the next one is actually the Six of Wands.
The 6 of Wands. Okay, sorry. If you want people to recognize and praise your accomplishments, the 6 of Wands is a very good sign. You'll be put in the spotlight and shown as a positive role model, or as someone highly successful in their field. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
Yeah. So that's the one that puts you in the front, like kind of shows you for who you are, and kind of puts you out there.
Put you out there.
Yeah.
The
That
next
this is
one
really
is
good,
the
I think,
world.
too, in the sense it's very good for someone who wants to, that artist, the actor, the actress, that kind of a thing too. So think about that. Okay, go ahead, Han.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one we have is the world, which is for achievement. Your project will successfully come to a point of completion. And now is the time to reflect on your success and achievement. You've been through this big journey and now you've gotten here. So you can use that card
Yeah.
to create some success. And if you know, because I understand if you don't have the loot right now, if you're like, well, I can't really get the book right now, or I don't have the money for cards, guess what? That you
You've
can
got
print these
these. Yeah.
cards right off of Google. You can print them right off of this article that
Yeah.
I'm telling you about. You can take it to the library, print it,
And there you
and you
go.
can,
Voila.
it only costs like, I don't know, what, 20 cents to print something. So you can, I'm sure you can scrape up 20 cents and use these in your spell work. What's the next one, Goddess?
The Chariot, and as you said, scrape up 20 cents. I hate to tell people this, but you do have to invest in yourself if you want to have any kind of business or job success. You have to invest in yourself.
This is true.
So, you know, whatever it is, this is your investment. So if this is what you have to do to print out and whatever it is, invest in yourself. Don't you think you deserve to be invested into? I mean, it is part of who you
Absolutely.
are and want to be. So think about it from that perspective. Okay, the next one is the Chariot with focus and dedication. The Chariot shows you will be triumphant and victorious in your pursuits. So don't let distractions leave you off course. Overcome barriers, and you will find your success.
So there you go. As we were talking earlier, you get distracted. You have to do the laundry. You got to take care of the kids. You got to do this. You got to
Yeah.
do that. This is the perfect card to meditate on to get rid of those distractions and to renew your focus on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Okay, next up, we have the 10 of Cups. If your success is around love and relationships, the 10 of Cups is a very good omen for finding your life partner. How many of you are looking for your life partner? Um, it'll help you to have the family you want and attain the highest love and harmony in your relationship with others. And you can use this for a relationship that you're having now. You know, if
Yeah.
you need to do something with this. I'm a big container spell girl. And so if I
Me too.
wanted to, if I was married and needed to fix my family situation, I would make a honey jar and I would put this picture in it with all my other stuff in there and write my petition on the back of it. So there, you can work these a lot of different ways. All right, Goddess Star, what's next?
The Ten of Pentacles. If your success is focused on material wealth, like your career, money, your status, or possessions, the Ten of Pentacles shows that you will have what you desire. You are surrounded by the financial rewards for your labor, and you feel secure in this success because you know you're going to get the results you want from it. So this is a fantastic card for you to have in that particular situation. What's next, Goddess?
Awesome. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is about celebration. This is what follows your success, knowing you've already come so far, even if there is more to come. This is the four, not the 10. Bask in your success and celebrate this milestone. So if you've created a plan and let's say you're at step 5 and you're just about there and you're gonna like just right at the finish line, this is a card that you can use just to actually, it's important whenever you make a milestone, stop and congratulate yourself. Say, hey, look what I did. We have a lot of times we will focus on what we feel is a deficit in our life when we actually need. So this is what I tell a lot of people because they're like, I did a spell, it didn't work. When did you do it yesterday? Okay. So we need to give it a little bit more time, you know. And also, when I do my spell work, depending on what the spell work is, either it'll come to fruition right away, but if it's a big thing and there's steps involved, I focus on my little achievements. Whatever achievement I made, that's what I'm focused on. Oh, look what I did. I made it an inch closer. I'm an inch closer. I'm an inch closer. And I focus on that as I'm following my path. And so that really helps to stop, congratulate yourself, celebrate. Hey, I made it this far. Maybe I still have some ways to go, but celebrate yourself during that journey. Celebrate all of your successes. Celebrate whatever positive movement that you see, no matter how tiny it is. Celebrate it anyway. And you will actually start to feel better about it. It'll give you more incentive to continue your work because listen, I have learned to have the patience of Job, as they used to say. I can wait because I've done this long enough to know that, just because a spell doesn't work the second I do it, sometimes I've done something and, I did the spell work and it didn't seem like anything happened, but I don't get upset about, just keep rolling. And then a year later, all of a sudden it comes to fruition, depending on how many people were. That's what a lot of people don't understand
Right.
is if you're just doing a little simple spell, that's easy. But if you're doing a fame and fortune spell, that's a lot of people. You're trying to get millions of people to watch you and buy your service and do all these things. That's a big spell.
It
And
is.
so it takes time. So, if you're trying to get all these people to buy your book, and then you look and say, "Oh, look, I sold 10 books this month. Yay." Don't say, "Oh, I only sold 10 books this month." Be glad. Some authors didn't sell 10 books the whole time they've had their book out there.
Yeah.
Celebrate your success.
Whatever they are,
That's
you're absolutely
important.
right. Very brilliant. Okay. The next one is the
What's
emperor,
next?
and the emperor tends to um, think of the success in your career and your financial domains. And he takes a structured and dedicated approach and rules his world. In other words, he wants to be king or queen of whatever it is of that domain that he's taking care of, and he's wants to control it because he's thinking of the success that he's going to have through his power, the authority, a commitment, and the status. So you have to see it like, okay, especially if you're doing your own business, you're doing it because you want to have absolute control of your outcome of your life, of where it's going, your successes, your finances. So
Right.
if you this is why we do our own businesses, because we have a tendency to not want to adhere to someone else telling us what to do, and we're sitting there going, but if you did it this way, it will be a lot shorter and quicker, or whatever it is that we're thinking. So we're combative in that sense. So that's not helpful to us, which is why we
Right.
turn to our own businesses. And being the ruler of your own domain,
Right.
of everything that with it, then you could make the decisions. If you fail at whatever it is, you go, okay, I learned something else. I learned not to touch that one. I'll go a different route. And it's okay. This is how you learn, by trial and error.
Right.
And you learned, and you think, and then when you're telling it to someone else, this is a good point. When you're telling that trial and error to someone else, they're like, well, I'll try it anyways. Yes, because they need to learn their own trial and error. And then they'll come back to you and go, you were
That's
right.
right.
That thing, when I tried it, it really did not work that way or whatever. And you're like, yeah, I was trying to tell you. But the only, honestly, because you yourself know that you've done that too. When people have told you, don't do this, whatever it is, not everything you do like that, but some things you feel like, well, if I did it, it'll be better this way. But that's you being your own ruler of your domain, and your success, and wherever, whatever you're taking it with. So you're the one that's there, you can guide it whatever way you want. But the outcome, when you think about it and you're finally seeing the outcome of it, and you're like, but I did that. I controlled all of that, and I controlled the outcome, and I did that. Look at the results. And you should be proud of what you've accomplished because it was done on your back, on your rights, in your domain, in your authority, your commitment, and your status. So praise yourself. Why not? You deserve that. Pat yourself on the back and kind of go with it. All right. What do you think, Goddess? Next one.
Absolutely. When you're trying, I understand that a lot of us feel in our spirituality, we're supposed to be very humble and things like this is no time to be modest. You're putting it out there. You're telling the universe the reason I deserve to have the success is I'm skilled at it. I'm great. I've done this. 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 If you're going into the spell feeling unworthy, don't even bother doing it.
No,
So
it's not going to
it
help.
does help,
It actually
to
does.
give yourself a pat on the back and recognize your achievements. If you're an adept at potions or whatever it is, pat yourself on the back. If you do cards or whatever it is, pat yourself on the back. If you create container spells or whatever it is that you do, find a reason to pat yourself on the back and be proud of yourself. If you manage to get through the day today, be proud of yourself because not everybody made it through the day.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, pat yourself on the back and be really proud of yourself. Not only that, um, I find that pumping myself up by telling myself, I've got all this energy, I know how to do spell, I can do this, I can do that, I'm this goddess. It's no different than when you watch like a football game. And just before the football game, they interview some of the players. You don't see those players saying, well, gee, I hope we win. You know, we did practice and hopefully we'll be okay out there. Nobody says that. They get out there, they're like, we are
Yeah.
going to kick some ass. We are going to win. We're going to beat them down. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. They're pumping themselves up with success energy before they get out there.
Yep.
Pump yourself up. Pump yourself up. The fighters do it. Tennis players. No one says, gee, I hope I win. You know, pray for me or light a kick because I hope I win. I've been
Yeah.
working really hard. They get out there already knowing you're toast and I'm walking away
Yep.
with the crown.
Yep.
It's already done. You might as well go home now. There's no point in you even playing me because I already won. And so
I mean,
pump yourself up with
this is true. This is true. And
what
you know
reason
what?
you got to
Listen
start.
to no, I was gonna say, you reminded me so much of the soccer player, the women's soccer team that just won, and people were saying you think too highly of yourself, you da 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 da, different things they were saying, and they were like, we don't care, we're gonna win. And they went there and they kicked ass, took names, and walk away with it, and they're like, and I love the fact that they, despite what who was saying, the nays or whatever, they went out there saying, we don't care, we're going to win. And they emphatically won without, I love that. I love that camaraderie and that so much confidence in what you can accomplish, what you can do. And it's not because there are not many other soccer players. There are many soccer players out there. Okay. um but
Right.
what they did it in their own unique way. So if it's your business and you know that there are many people doing a candle business, but then here I am and my candle business is unique to me because I take a unique spin on it, and people are going to enjoy
Right.
my kind of, you have to never try to exactly copy anyone, because you have to understand that if there are so many of you out there, why would I come to you? So because you're saying, but I'm giving it this unique perspective or this unique way of doing it that you've never seen out there, because I'm thinking of a totally different aspect of it. And so it's the reason why we would say to you, tarot and oracle cards are not just used for divination. You have to be creative human beings and think outside the box. You use it for spells, and look how many Janina thought of for doing spells with tarot decks that if you had not seen the book, you would not have thought of. And she's telling you the same things, like how that strength card could be used for courage, because isn't that the strength card? Look at the input, the pictures on a strength card are usually either a strong male or a strong female, and the epitome of how they look and the strength that they're giving off. And that kind of comes off on you, and you take on that for courage and strength to face difficult situations. And I think it's brilliant to use that. That's the visualization. That's the outcome of what it is you want. I can do this. I can conquer
Right.
whatever it is. So you have to see things like that already. Visualize the outcome. That's how people tend to succeed at things. They
Absolutely.
visualize that outcome already in the future, the end result. I got that shit done. I got that shit together.
Right.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. So what's the next
Absolutely.
one, hun?
Okay,
Or is it
so
me?
our next
Okay, the
one
next one is you.
is
The Nine
I
of
believe it's the
Pentacles.
Nine of Pentacles. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I just want to make sure we lost a little
I
track.
figured so. I figured so. We were talking so much, we lost track.
All right, so Nine of Pentacles. This is the one for the ladies most of the time. The Nine of Pentacles shows financial success through becoming independent and well versed in financial matters. Success in your career, business, and finances is coming to you. So this is a great, especially if you're, because we've got a lot of ladies and goddesses out there and they make soaps and potions and body stuff and things like that, or you if you're a woman with a business and trying to start one, this is the perfect card for you. And yes, someone had asked in the chat room, can you do more than one card?
Of
Absolutely. In
course,
the book
yes.
that we were showing
Oh my
you,
gosh, let me
they
show you
do
something.
like
I think it's usually like 5 or 6
3 or 4
cards that you can. They
cards
have
in
them
the
from three
spread.
to six, like some 3 to 6
So
cards,
you can
and yeah,
use you can combine the cards to help you to, if you want to use 3 of these cards or 5 of these cards and make like a vision board out of them, or shrink them down and get them all onto one page to burn your candles on top of, you can absolutely use more than one. If you want to use all 10 of these and make a board, go right ahead, do what you have to do. There's no limits. Use whatever is going to be applicable, and it does not have to be just the one card. You can use whichever ones
yeah,
you like.
yeah,
But
you
for
can.
women, especially if you have a woman oriented business, if you sell, lingerie or bath and body beauty products, or you're a beauty consultant, you sell Mary Kay, whatever it is, this is a great card for you to use. It really
Yeah,
is. So, give it a try, and you might find some cards work better for you than other cards. The best thing to do is to feel the card, see if it resonates with you. If you look at the card and you're like, it's a pretty card, but I don't really feel anything. All right, then go to the next one. Go with the one that you look at, like, wow, I love this. I love the picture. I love the energy. It feels good. It depicts what it is I'm trying to do and accomplish for myself. Pick the ones that resonate with you. And this will help you a lot. Don't just pick any cards, because if you pick one that doesn't resonate, then it might not work as well as one who does. So go through them, feel the ones that feel the best to you, and use the ones that you actually feel like you're in harmony with, that resonates with you, that depicts what it is that you are trying to achieve. I think that's the best way to pick the cards that you want to use, because you don't want to pick one that is not resonating with you. So,
yeah.
see if that works. Figure that which ones work best for you. And I
And
just want to make sure, can you guys in the chat room tell me if I'm frozen? Because it looked like I was frozen, but I wasn't quite sure.
huh.
So if someone could tell me if I'm frozen, I would certainly appreciate it. Okay, so Gotta Star, what's the next one on
Okay.
our list?
Yeah. The next one is the Kings, but I wanted to kind of also additionally add to the Nine of Pentacles. What I liked about it um was that it was the one about becoming independent and well versed in financial matters. I think it's such an empowering card for anyone who have been under the thumb of a job, or a person that made you feel disempowered, and you want to come right up like the phoenix and rise, and conquer your own shit. I think this is that card as well, because you want to be the one in charge of your own finances, the one that's in charge of making those own finances. Is mine. I've done it. I don't need you to help me with it, in the sense of the person who's been taking away your empowerment or your power. And I like the fact that it also tells you to become well versed in the business knowledge, learning about things that would help you not just with your business, but business in general, so that you can be smart about the decisions you make business wise. I think there's a lot to be learned from that Nine of Pentacles. And I like the fact that it covers so many things. And even though it sounds like it's small, but it's a lot at the same time. What do you think, Goddess?
I totally 100% agree with you.
Okay.
100%.
So the next one is the Kings. The Tarot Kings represent culmination, accumulation, and achievement, whether it's in your ability to lead and influence others, like the King of Wands, lead with the compassion, the King of Cups, accumulate the financial wealth and career success, and the King of Pentacles, or use your intellect to make important decisions, like the King of Swords. So um, of all the 78 tarot cards could be seen as a sign of success. Depending on how you define your personal successes, even the tower, yes, even the tower or the 10 of swords might represent success and achievement to you, depending on your goals and what you want to accomplish. So it's interesting how, like Goddess Rhonda said earlier, what card resonates with you. If that one, if
Right.
that particular card resonates with you for success, there's something about it that empowers you to make and push through to get that success, then that's the card that's calling to you, and it's telling you that you can see different things in a particular card, even with Janina guiding you or anybody else
Right.
guiding you on what's some of the best ones. If you are drawn to particular ones that you see as for my situation, and maybe you're looking at the cards, and because don't forget, we are given the tarot cards as a visualization, something to see intricate details. I may see for the King
Right.
of Wands a king sitting on a throne with a branch in his hand. You may see a king sitting on a throne or a queen sitting on a throne, and you see how that wand or that branch helps drag them up and makes them realize that they can grow things, they can make things. I mean, it depends on how you see it, and it empowers you. And if that empowers you to do the impetus to do different things, to take you successfully through whatever it is, then more power to you. And allow those cards to guide you. That's what they're meant to do. Divination, visualization, all of it.
Right.
Those cards are meant to guide you. So here it is guiding you and empowering you. And one of the other things too, I forgot to say, and I would suggest this to most people, even if you don't do particular things like maybe not real estate or different things, I always suggest to people take as many business courses as you can. There's a lot of free ones out there. Take as many business courses as you can, because the more you could learn different aspects of business, um, that even though it may not apply technically to the business that you're doing, it's something that you may like,
Right.
that kernel or that grain of knowledge of whatever business that pointers that they've given you may help you in another situation or aspect of your business. And you would go, oh, and you have an aha moment, and you could go, I could use it for this other part, maybe my website or my different other things. You never know, because there's not ever anything that you cannot learn when it comes to business. Because I'll tell you, if I did not take that real estate business course, there are many things I would not have learned about dealing with investments when properties are concerned. And I'm glad I learned it, because it's applied to so many things now in my future, that present, that has helped me a lot. I'm just saying, don't look a gift horse in its mouth. There are things out there that you could learn. We can help each other with different knowledge that we all have to pass on to one another. I might know one thing, but you may know another part that you learned, and we share it with one another, and we go, "Ooh, I did not know that. Now I know that part, and now you know that other part that you did not know." You know what I mean? It's a matter of sharing the knowledge of, I want to have this business, but I don't know everything, and here we are as a group. We can create the knowledge that we want to have to share with each other. So I think it's a great idea to do that. What do you think, Goddess? I know I keep ranting.
I totally agree. You do need to, if you're going to go into a business, whatever it is you're trying to do, educate yourself.
Yeah,
It
really
can
do.
really help you. Educate yourself. There's lots of free information. Go ahead and take that time. You don't have to keep putting all the pressure on yourself. There is a lot of information out there that can help you. All
Yeah.
right, we're going to get off of tarot cards because we've spent a long time on that one. So the other thing that I wrote down here is to create whatever it is you're trying to do, create an altar for that what you're trying to do. So, for example, if you're trying to create wealth, create a wealth altar. So it's all only wealth things on there. Wealth, deity statues, wealth energy, wealth colors, money, everything. You can go and get one of those. Or if you want positive fame and fortune, Go with the gods and goddesses that represent that. Put the sun card out there, the chariot card to bring you to success. Create a little altar, and it doesn't have to be a big giant altar. I know, and I do not mean to be offensive to anyone. I respect everyone's belief. But I do know that there are some spiritualities that insist that each deity requires its own altar. And hey, you know what? And if that is your belief, rock on. I do not criticize it whatsoever. I have just found for myself, because I only have a certain amount of space, that everybody is on my altar and they all get along just fine and nobody minds
Yeah,
hanging out. So, I mean, by all means, follow your own, your own traditions and things like that. I'm just saying, for me, I've never
it
had.
works.
They all live on, various ones, and because my space isn't big, I have several small altars around my apartment. I don't have a lot of space to, to have some big giant altars in there. But you can create altars. Do not have to be giant. You can create a small altar with a success deity or a fertility deity if you're trying to get pregnant, whatever it is. A candle, a tarot card, or petition. It doesn't have to be huge, but it's a space that you have dedicated for to bring you success or a baby or a business or whatever it is, peace and serenity, or a love partner. Make a little love altar with a Venus symbol and some pink candles, and some chocolates to her because she loves chocolates and flowers. And ask her every Friday on her day to say, hey, can you, Venus, help me out? I'm looking for somebody. Show her some respect, show her some love, and then you may find that things might go better for you. First of all, it gives you a focused space, because what happens is, I'm sure, like the rest, you've got your candles going for this, you're burning candles for dating, you're burning candles for whatever it is that you're trying to do in life, and you may have them all lumped together. And then what happens is it's like only a small percentage is going to the big thing that you want, the primary thing that you want, because you're spreading your energies out all over everything that altar. When you create an individual altar that is designed for whatever it is that you are trying to achieve, then let me put my charger in. Then you have a focused space where you can really dedicate, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes a day, that you can dedicate that energy, those petitions, those affirmations to. And you could burn, like I have you could put a plant that represents what you want to bring in the life force energy. Does not have to be a big space, but I have found personally that a dedicated altar to what I'm trying to achieve has been extremely helpful, because when I go and sit before that altar, all of my attention is on that. All of my focus is on that. All of my energy
It's
is
on.
on that.
Yeah.
It's like a 100% hit him with my focus, my affirmations, my energy, my visualizations, my feeling of what it would feel like to be successful, my emotional shape, all of it is going into that one space. And so that can actually help you, instead of diluting it, to have just a focused altar, even if it's just as big as a dinner plate. That's big enough. It does not have to be huge. If you've got room for a candle, a crystal, a petition, a statue, that's good enough. Some people just use a candle and a petition. It does not have
Yep.
to be
Yep. I don't have
huge.
the room, so that's all I do.
You don't have the room, but at least you can focus your energy on a focused space that is dedicated to bring you what you want. What do you think about that, goddess?
Oh, I'm absolutely 100% with you on that because, and I am like you. I think we've discussed that before with our different gods and gods and goddesses on our altars. I don't, to each his own again. I'm like you in the sense of I put them all different traditions, different pantheons, and they get along just fine. They have no problem. They don't argue or anything like that. They just want to help me and my family, and I'm all good with that. So you don't have to expand a lot or do a lot of different things. And I just kind of create almost like I sometimes take. You see this matchbox here? I kid you not. This much space is sometimes all I have as my altar for that
Hey,
particular thing.
and you know what? If that's all you have, that's what you
And that's
have.
what I would do. And a tiny candle goes there, a crystal or whatever it is, and there's my altar size for whatever it is. And all I sometimes do is I may actually take this box and I would put like a black altar cloth or whatever altar cloth color I want to put. If it's money, I would put a green cloth right there. And then I will add my things on it. And there's my my business or wealth altar. You know what I mean? It's kind of creating little mini altars, and it's based on what is it that you want, and if it's for the money, you have the green cloth with the altar cloth. You have a jade stone that's very good for money. A green candle. What's the other thing? That's just giving you quick ideas on how creating that wealth altar just for you. You don't need much, and Goddess Rhonda is right. And it's literally you can put it together from a 99-cent store. Little simple things that you do that's simply made for that particular thing that you want for your altar. And, again, if space is a big commodity, which in New York, I'm sorry, space is a big deal. Lack of it thereof, you know what I mean? So that means we we have to use whatever we have, which is why my deities are all together and they don't care. My deities, my fairies, my angels, they're all together and they have
Right.
no care. They all just get along just fine. They have no care about it. So just saying, learn to adapt and be creative. Think outside the box and think about what it is you want to accomplish. And if whatever it is the outcome that you want, then piece together what you need to do. And you will feel actually when you will know when it's right and you're set and you're like, okay, that's good. That's all they need. You will know. No one has to tell you. I don't have to tell you. Goddess Rhonda doesn't have to tell you. You would know when it's right because it's your altar, it's your items, it's your spirituality, it's your practice. Okay. And you would find it works. It works just for you because it's your spell, your way. Okay. Just say.
Absolutely. And another thing is also, talking about having little spaces, even if, like even like a 7-day jar candle can be too big. You know what? I use birthday candles sometimes. If you're like, well, I don't have time to, sit there and do have, okay, a birthday candle burns down with minutes and it packs a punch. You can dress it just like any other candle and it packs a punch. It's done in 5 minutes. You can meditate, visualize for that 5 minutes it's burning, and then you get up and go on your
You're
way.
done. You're done.
You're done. You did it. So, there's really, you can find excuses not to do things, but I know you can find 5 minutes a day to dedicate to what it is that you're trying to do. And if that's just lighting a little birthday candle and, rubbing some of your oil on it and stuff, glitter it up, it's still going to work. So we can do that. And speaking of oils, you should be, we get up and I like to smell really good. So I love, my bath gels and my shampoos and my conditioner because I want to smell really nice. But it's not just about smelling nice. There are tools. Your bath gel, you put your few drops of your wealth oil or your love oil or whatever it is you're trying to do, put some in your bath gel, put some in your shampoo, put a few drops in your hair conditioner. I put sugar in my bath gel, in my shampoo, in my hair conditioner to bring me the sweet life, to sweeten up the energy around me, to ward off negative energy because it doesn't like sweetness. Sweetness to evil people is like poison. When you get mad at someone who's evil, all you're doing is feeding them. But if you, like somebody said, if you're nice to an evil person, it's like pouring hot coals on their head because they're not getting the reaction they want. And so wearing sugar will help to negate that. So put a little sugar If you're going on to a job interview and you want the interviewers to be sweet to you, put some sugar on, put it in your lotion, just a pinch. You don't need much,
Yeah.
with the intention that it's going to project sweetness and sweet energy around you. That I have found has helped me. And also, we've got, I'm like most witches, I am sure, to open your closet, you've got 50,000 bottles of oils, like I do and like Goddess Star does.
Yes, I admit. I
Like
admit.
50,000 bottles of all kinds of oils, either pre-mixed oils or oils that you have to, mix yourself, or if you're just using one oil to bring you something that you put on your candles. The oil you put on your candles, wear it. Wear that oil. Put some on your candle, let it burn down a bit so that it absorbs the energy that you put into the candle. Take your finger and put some on. Rub it on your throat chakra if you're going on to an interview, or your heart chakra if you're going out on a date. Use your oils. Dress yourself. Be the spell. You're the spell. You're the candle. Go ahead and do that. Wear your oils, charm up your bath soaps, and use those tools, because that allows you to project all day long with what it is that you want. And I know you guys have the oils. I know you do. I know you have
They
5
do.
million oils in your thing, just like I do. I have like 5 million oils in my cabinet. And I wear them every day, depending on what it is I'm trying to do or accomplish. I wear my oils. I dress myself like a candle every day. And so it can help you dress yourself like a candle. Or you dress your candle, dress yourself as well. If you use a specific oil on your wealth candle or your love candle, whatever it is, if you combine some and you use it for that, have a little separate roll on bottle for yourself. Keep it by that candle that's burning. And then each day, take it out, roll it on your body, your chakras, everything, because each chakra is doing a job, and then go and start your day. And that right there can boost you up to success. Make yourself the candle, dress yourself as you're the candle, you're the magic. What do you think about that, Goddess Star?
Absolutely. You have to put all of it together and exactly like you said, and make it work for you. Dress the candle, do whatever it is you have to do, because again, everything is based on you and how creative you're being with it and how you're being guided to accomplish whatever it is you want. So agreeable with everything you've just said, so it's all good. And I was looking at
Awesome.
in the
And
um in the
then
chat
let's see,
room.
you have
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said go ahead, sweetie, because I was looking at the
I
chat
didn't hear
room.
what you said.
Huh? I was saying that yeah, because somehow I keep
Oh,
hearing
okay.
something else. Okay.
Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to suggest is also wearing your power color. And I say your power color
Yes, yes,
because
yes, yes.
you should decide what that means. To me, red means energy and protection, but to you, red might mean love, or, whatever, or good health or vitality, whatever. And so what you want to do is you want to create and a list of what colors, what they mean to you, so that you automatically know if you're having a day where you're tired, you know what color to put on that brings you energy. But use your own definition. I mean, you can go through the internet and they have a million definitions. Like, if you want money, you can use green, or if you want this, you can use that, whatever. But those are someone else's interpretation. Those are what someone else is feeling. And so, if somewhere in the back of your mind, if someone says, "Oh, you want prosperity, dress yourself in blue," and your mind is saying, "Well, I feel like I should wear gold," wear gold. Go with the colors that resonate with you, with what it is that you're trying
To
to achieve,
accomplish it.
and wear those colors, remember, we don't just want to leave everything to our candle to do all of the work. We should be projecting. We're the candle.
Yeah.
Dress yourself, like I said, dress yourself like a candle. Wear the colors that represent what it is that you are trying
To
to achieve.
accomplish. Yeah.
Even if you wear it in jewelry, like you're like, well, I don't want to wear blue every day. Okay, well, get a blue bracelet that you can wear every day, or a blue ring that you've programmed to bring you what you want. But wear your power colors, wear what is going to help you, wear your oils, wear your colors, and wear them while you're doing your spell work. You can, if you use a specific ring that you wear all the time, put it next to that spell candle to charge it up with that spell work, and then put it on. There's just so many things that we can do to help ourselves to achieve what it is. And I figured out why I kept getting stuck, because I was on my crappy mountain Wi-Fi, which I love the mountains. Don't get
Oh,
me.
okay.
But I'm like, why am I frozen the whole time? And so I got off of Wi-Fi, and now I see I'm actually moving around, which is
Okay,
a
there
good.
you go.
I couldn't figure out what was going on. But anyway, so yeah, wear your power colors. What do you think about that, Goddess Stars?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta tell you, my power color is always black. For some
I was
reason,
gonna
I
actually.
kid you not. I kid you not. The minute I am going to a particular place, I wear black and then I dress it with colors in the sense of it's a black dress, but I will wear like a blue bracelet, or like I add the colors in my accessories. But always my best color, I always think of it as my black. Hey, why not? So it all depends.
Well, I just noticed that you're wearing.
Oh, right. Yes. Today I'm wearing this because this is light and nice and eerie and it's hot. So it's all based on the weather right now for me.
Oh, there you go. And I do want to say, I know that a lot of us magical practitioners, be whether you call yourself a witch, a warlock, a wizard, whatever it is you call yourself, I notice that a lot will wear black. I do just, which is nothing wrong with that at all. But I do want to caution empaths, because black is a very absorbent color and you're already absorbing everything. And so you might want to wear something that is more reflective, like a red or a yellow or an orange or something like that, to kind of push those energies out away from
This is
you,
true.
because it is a very absorbent color and you're already struggling under the weight of all of this, all of the emotions and psychic energies that you absorb all day long. So you actually want to kind of stay away from the darker colors, because dark is very absorbent. It's receptive. Wear something that's more projective to defend yourself against everybody else's energy. So you'll see me wearing like lots of lighter colors um, to help me with that, because, I'm an empath too. So anyway,
Yeah.
so Goddess Star,
Yes, me love.
let's see. What else do you suggest? Oh, I know. I'll let you go first. What else do you suggest people do to help themselves with success?
I know we've covered the spells, the tarot, the candles. I'm trying to think of what else. Um, there's the meditation, the visualization. I'm trying to think beyond though. I know there are many things, but it's just like coming up with it up. And you shoved it at me, you shoved me under the bus and go, I'm gonna
I
have
sure
you.
did. I sure did, happily.
I know that was like slick. Anyway,
That was slick, right?
okay.
I
I
killed
know,
that.
I saw that. I was just like, damn. Okay. Um, let's see. You can use actually crystals to help you with that. I think we mentioned it, but still I wanted to kind of, you can use crystals on your like maybe around the same altar. Like if you set up the money altar or whatever it is, you can use certain crystals around it for protection or whatever it is, to protect that money or the business or the success for it to come in. And that's an interesting thing, because I know you mentioned, um, and I believe in that part about the black absorbing and all of that, but it's an interesting thing in how I see black. I know it's absorbent, but I also see black as that, um, like divine protective color for some reason, because it represents also all the colors that there are combined. So I see it as this color that is so protective of literally all aspects of the colors, that when I wear it, I actually feel very um, protected. And I know, because I am slightly empathic, but I feel things with people, and I absorb things, but still it feels like it's been this protective shield at the same time. So maybe I'm just crazy and it affects me that way. I don't know, but it works for me. Um, but I wanted to say that part. But in the sense of like, I'm trying to think. See, and you're gonna make me think. You say something next, I'm gonna realize more things that I should have said.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say something next, I'm gonna realize what more I should say for that part. But the crystals do help, in terms of that, in terms of helping you expand your knowledge, or your base with how creative you are, in terms of sorry, I have these things coming in terms of how we want to deal with success. One of the other things I tend to do too is I tend to go with my herbs, and along with the oils and everything, I tend to work with my incense, and to help me feel in a certain way when you burn the incense and you create that ambiance with the oil and everything else. Um, I tend to work with all, like how when we do the casting of the circle that we do at the beginning, and the incense, all of it kind of puts me in that ambiance of, this is what I'm going to do with the show, or this is what I'm going to do with my money, or this is where I want to go with it. Um, but also, I work with angels a lot too. So it depends on what is it that you want to accomplish. There are angels for just about every aspect of, similar to, is there a book? Is there such a book where it literally tells you each angel and what kind of spell you can work with? Because
Actually, if you Google angels, let's just say right now, if you Google the angels of July, they get there are different angels during the month that rule over several days.
right,
So you can look at those angels, and they're the ones that can bring you wealth or good luck or fame or fortune or healing or whatever.
yeah,
And you can honor those angels that are currently reigning during, because this is their power time. And
right,
so they'll be for 5 to 7 days a month. And so
right,
if you look at those, you'll be able to know also which angels are working right now and what's a good energy to work with. So, for example, if today's angel is about wealth, bringing wealth into your life, this is an excellent time to do wealth magic and incorporate those angels. Or if it's an angel that brings good health, like for when I did my new moon ceremony, I looked up all the angels of July, what they did. I honored them and asked them to give me, I pointed out what their attributes are, asked them to give it to me. I gave them, offerings, and I did a whole ceremony so that the angels of the month will help
okay,
me. I
okay.
don't
So
really
you
have
go by
the
the
month.
month. Yeah. See,
I don't even, well,
I had a
I do
tendency
have,
to I went with because there are certain angels, but I don't work with them by the month. I work with them as in what I know they, each aspect of what they do. Like for to bring wealth into your life, there are these three angels: Elu Batel, Ebuhuel, and at Usul. And when you work with them together, they have a tendency to help you bring wealth in general. When you speak with them, when you and then of course you have to do it kind of like, you will say their names, but you will also sing it as well, because you know that whole thing about the choir of angels and all of that. They love when you sing their names too. So I have a tendency to do that too. So I kind of, everybody comes at their spells or their different things that they do creatively, uh, based on who they are and what they want to accomplish and what they want to work with. Not everyone wants to work with angels. I do. I love working with angels. So what I was thinking is just finding a book that where it can actually tell you for whatever, similar to how Janine's book is with the tarot spells what cards to
Actually,
use to figure it.
there's actually quite a few books that will tell you that.
Okay.
There's a lot of the angel magic practitioners. There are a lot of those. They come a lot into the store, and so there are a lot of angel books. I work, I do readings out of a bookstore a couple days a
Uh-huh.
week.
Right, right.
They do. They've got tons of books on it that you can find. And I just to show you what I mean, I googled.
That is very similar to how Janine's zone is like for the addiction or the competition or the business or the healing. You know what I mean? The I do know what's his name? Damon Brand has a pretty good book. I think it's called the 72 Angels of Magic or something like that.
Mhm. Which
Um
you can also Google as well. They have that. But just to give you an example, for July, from July 12th to 16th, today's the 15th,
mhm.
so we've got the angels that you can work with now is you can work with, where did it go? Okay, so from July 12th to the 16th is Melahel, who rules over waters and everything produced by the earth. He governs in particular medicinal plants. He helps his proteges to understand the laws of nature, the mechanisms of life, to understand the logic between energy and creation, the link between action and a result. Basically, spell work. They can, of course, because you're looking at the link between the action, the result. You're using logic with your energy and creation energies. He helps with health, nature-related fields, natural healing, logic, to make proper decisions for positive results and to create. So you've got like 2 more days to work with him if you're trying to heal yourself or to make him a can or trying to understand spell work or improve your understanding of spirituality. He also protects against weapons and ensures safe travel. With Mercury retrograde jacking up everybody's cars, this is a great angel to call on right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll help you to be successful. If you have to do something daring or dangerous, he'll help you to be successful with that. So you can, and then after from July 17th to July 22nd, we have Hahuya, who gives you
Okay.
mercy. He protects against thieves and murderers. He rules over prisoners and fugitives and outcasts. He's caring, protective. He'll forgive you if you promise you're not going to do it again. But he also helps disadvantaged people, people who are in trouble spiritually or physically. He can guide them to the right way, to the road of truth. So if you need answers, he can help you with that. And you'll have between the July 17th to the 22nd to make a candle or talk to him or ask him to help you out if you need that. And then it goes on and on.
Wow,
And
that's
so
awesome.
I don't always have, I don't have time to do it every 5 days or whatever.
Right,
So I,
right.
I like to do it at the new moon and the full moon. And thank you very much. And, ask them, petition them
Yeah, I
for,
do. I do. I work with
for
angels a
help.
lot. Yeah. And a
And
lot
in
of
fact,
times they kind of go for like depending, they go from either 11 days, 22 days, or 33 days. That's what I've found with, in terms of you doing it in a row or whatever it is. And it has helped a lot.
it
So you
helps a
can
lot.
be there are so many things, uh, beings, gods and goddesses, whatever it is that
Mhm.
you can work with. And it all depends on what calls to you, how you feel, and what you want to do, what's your outcome, what is it that you want to accomplish. You know what I mean? All of it is based on that. And that goes for your love life, your business life, whatever it is. My only suggestion is with people is, um, especially when it comes to love, be very careful what you wish for and be very, um, think about it first from an adult point of view and not the child point of view or the teen point of view, and um, know the differences so that you would know whether you're making the correct decision for yourself and not just from a point of view that may and the end result may not be the best for you. Because no
which
matter what,
the
you know.
star
Hmm?
brings us back to what we had said in the beginning. Pull out your divination tools and see,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, ask the universe, pull out your cards and say, okay, I'm making my list of attributes for the perfect partner for me. And you might not know what those attributes are. You might say, well, I want someone who's tall and, you know, has aqua eyes and looks like Jason Momoa, who I personally, well, I won't say that, but or you know, or Idris Elba, who I would love to talk
Oh
to.
my gosh. He
But you
is
know,
such
but
he
that's, we
is
think
such
in
an
those
apex
terms. Oh,
predator. Oh my goddess.
I want
Yes.
someone who's cute or whatever, or whatever, whatever. But those
Yeah.
are just superficial things. You can
Yeah.
ask for,
Yeah.
I want the most handsome man in the world, and then
I don't
that's all
want
you get.
that.
The guy who's handsome, he has nothing else to offer you.
Yeah,
But
that's
if you
that's
don't
just
know what it is that you're looking for, ask the universe, what should I put on my list? What kind of man or woman is going
to
to
be
feed my
right for
soul?
me.
Who's
Yep.
going to help me? And I do want to also say, you know, because you know, I do consultations all day, every day. And one of the biggest complaints I get is, oh, I met this girl or I met this guy or these people on these dating sites and all they want is sex and they just, you know, they're no good and blah, 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 blah. And my attitude is, well, what sites are you going on? Oh, Match or Tinder or Plenty of Fish. Okay, guess what? There's not going to be a hell of a lot of magical practitioners on there. You need someone, if you're a magical practitioner, get someone who's a magical practitioner. Now, I can honestly, my late husband was Muslim, but he was completely open to everything I did. He encouraged me and supported me in my spirituality, totally, 100%.
Yeah. I
And
was lucky too.
if
Yeah.
you don't, and you had that too, right? God is blind,
Yes, I
many
was
people can't
very
see it.
lucky to have had that. My husband was Russian Jewish, and he was quite open to just about anything. He just said, whatever makes you happy, I'm good with it. We're all good.
And
And
it's
that was it.
fine.
You know,
But
we were very
not
lucky.
everybody is gonna,
It's
when
like,
you go out
yeah.
on that first date and they're like, well, what do you do in your spare time? Well, you know, I like to do ceremony to the goddess. And, you know, I like to burn candles and create spells. And, you know, the
Oh
person
dear. They walk right out that door and never
sentence,
come back.
the person could be getting up and walking out the door. You look up and they're like, well, wait, where'd the guy go? Because they don't understand you. So if you're lucky enough to meet someone like my late husband or Star's late husband, fine. But there are
So
dating sites
many.
for spiritually conscious people. If you put in their dating sites for spiritually conscious people, you
There
will
really
find
is? Oh wow,
several.
cool.
Yes, you'll find websites with people who will share in your beliefs, share in your spirituality. It's a lot easier if I'm out on a date and it's like, well, what do you like to do? Well, you know, I like to do ceremony for the goddess. Really? So do I. You know, or this is I like to cast spells or whatever. And then you can really talk and engage. You can do magic together. You can really have that magical thing going. So my suggestion is that if you're dating and there's no one in your surrounding areas, or you know, you might not be the type to go to a club, or you know, go into a club to find somebody, that's not a good idea anyway. There's too many people in there, you can't really, and everybody's on the hunt. So but if you're really looking for someone, you're like, oh, I have to go to work and I do this, I don't have time, go on one of the sites that are for
Okay, spiritually
spiritually
conscious. Okay.
conscious singles. And then you can find other witches or warlocks or angel practitioners or fire magic people or whatever it is that resonates with you. You have a better shot at finding that person on one of those websites, where at least you have a better chance, at least when you sit down for the first date, you guys actually have something you can talk about your spirituality and build on that camaraderie with that, as
Yeah.
opposed to you trying to, or, you know, if you're afraid to tell someone, you know, it's not, I've met people, well, you know, I go out on dates, but I'm scared to tell them that I'm a witch. Well, then, you know what? You don't need to be
In the
going out
wrong place, yes.
with that person. Because what do you know, eventually, what are you going to do when they come to your house? Hide all your candles and statues? You're going to pretend to be something that you're not. That's no way to start a relationship. You
Yeah, it's
want
not.
someone that you can talk to. And so my suggestion is that if you are seeking love, then to go on one of these spiritually conscious websites that can help you.
All right. I'm not looking, but if ever I do, I would go, I guess, on those things. I don't like websites for some reason. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you know what? If you try one, I'll be honest, way back in the olden days, when I said, oh, I think I'll try again. And I went on because everyone's like, oh, go on this website, go on that
Yeah,
website.
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't find any magical people and it just wasn't worth it to me. So, but I would definitely go on one of the spiritually conscious ones. I've had vast whispering in my ear that it's time for me to get my ass back out there. And so, but if I did, I would definitely use one of the spiritually conscious ones because I feel like I have a better shot
Yeah. Yeah,
finding a
but
match.
you know what? I have to say, haven't you ever realized that there are so I'm sorry, but we have a high case of um partners that are spiritually conscious that are just way out there. That you're sitting there going, why is it that our religion attracts so many unhealthy types of people that are like, off the fringe? Or am I not stating this correctly? But I know exactly what I mean. It just seems to, we have a lot of, they will come and to our temple and things like that, and they're handsome or whatever it is, and then they open their mouths, and you're like, oh my goddess, like the things they say and do. You're sitting there going,
You're gonna make me spit my wine out. And someone asked, I am drinking. I won't tell you the name of it because the last time we told names, everybody went to Trader Joe's and stole it. And then we couldn't. So
I
all
couldn't
I will
find our
tell
wines.
you
I'm not doing it anymore.
is it is one of the Trader Joe's organic wines. It's one of my favorite ones, so I will not tell you the name of it. But they have many delicious organic wines
Yeah,
to
and
choose
they're
from.
very
And this
inexpensive.
is a well-deserved glass of wine that I am drinking. So
Yeah.
cheers to
Yes.
everything.
Cheers, girls. Cheers. I just finished my wine, so, and I won't get up and go to the get some more from the refrigerator later.
Mm,
But if
tasty.
you're being honest, for some reason we tend to attract um some unseemly characters to the craft. I'm trying to
Well,
say it
you know
nicely.
what I
I'm
think
trying to
is
say it very nicely. And you're sitting there going, this is who we attract. And you're
I
sitting
know I know that you're
because look
trying.
at this. Look at who we had as partners. People who were nothing into the religion, but they accepted us as human beings because they loved us. You know what I
This is
mean?
true.
So every time I have met a pagan individual that was within my range of what I guess you could consider dating, I sat there going, absolutely hell no. I prefer to stay single. And I'm sorry, but I'm sure many of you guys know what I'm talking about. For some reason, we just seem to there's more of those than the ones that you're like, ooh, he's okay for me to date. I can see the look on your face. I can see
Because I'm trying to come up with a response that is politically correct
it.
and kind. Because I
But that's
never
what I
want to
mean.
insult
I've been trying
anybody.
to be kind with my words. I've been trying to. We just seem to attract
Let's
those that
just
are
say
off the fringes.
let's just say that sometimes you meet people that are really aggressively strong in their beliefs.
No,
And
no.
that
I'm
intensity,
sorry.
they're intense, watch it. They're intense
Oh
individuals,
my goddess.
and their intensity is can be a little off-putting because it can be too intense. How's that sound?
Oh my goddess.
That's what I came up with. That's my story.
You know
That's
what?
what I'm
And that's what
sticking
you're
with.
sticking with, right? But you know what? I
That's
gotta
what I'm
tell you,
sticking with. Some
The fact,
individuals are
no,
more
no, but listen, the fact that we can sit here, I can describe it and you know exactly what I'm talking about says it all, okay? And anybody in the chat room, I know you guys already know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go in the chat room and see what they have to say.
all right, because they must be thinking we're crazy by now. So let's see
Okay,
what everybody's got to say.
go
Uh,
back a bit. Oh, somebody was asking if we were good friends or something. What was it? I forgot what they were saying.
yes, we are definitely good friends, soul sisters, and
Yeah.
we think exactly, almost to the
Oh,
point of frightening.
yeah, yeah.
We think so much alike, and we
Oh,
actually
right. There it is. It says,
do,
I'm curious. Are you two longtime friends? No, but it feels like it because we
but we
finish
even
each other's
though
sentences.
in this lifetime we haven't known each other, although it's been a few years now. It's been at least 3 years,
Right, right. But I
maybe
think
even
it was, I
longer.
think, don't forget, I've always believed that when you meet people, it's because you've already been in their circle in many other lifetimes. So maybe it's not in this lifetime, knowing each only 3 years, maybe or so, but we've been together in other lifetimes because the things we say and do, and we think so much alike without us planning it. We would just say things and we were like, oh, we think exactly, and it happens a lot. It's frightening me so.
It does. It
So
happens
yeah,
a lot. And
yeah.
so even though in the physical realm we've only known each other maybe 3 or 4 years, I believe our souls go way back
Yeah.
because we had an instant affinity, and
Yes.
it's just we get along because we are exactly alike. We think it's scary. It is so scary that the way that we think. We have the same ideas. We finish each other's sentences. So, we were probably twins in another lifetime or
Yeah.
something. But
Yeah.
and Lolan is saying, "What are you guys talking about?" Well, we are now talking about things that we've seen in the chat room. So, if we sound like we're not off topic, we are off topic because we are now giving the time to you lovely chat room brothers and sisters of ours. We want to give you love and show you love and listen to what you have to say. So let's go. We could scroll. Let's see.
Oh dear. Okay. You
Okay,
need a
there's the
friend like that.
greetings.
Honestly, you would never know when you meet the person. You would just know, because we did not know each other, and we just happened to be introduced to each other via someone else. And next thing you know, we're friends. And
Yeah, actually, what's really funny is we were invited to be on this other show with another person, and we ended up with our own. We ended up. I don't want to say get rid of. I'm just going to say
we ended up with our own show and
share,
decided that it
and
was best
we
just the
just
two of
started our
us.
own, and it works
Yes.
out better that way.
Yes.
It does. It works out better that way. And you know what? It's the same way that you try to attract a love or a partner. If you're lacking a BFF or someone who resonates with you as a friend, you can do love spells for that too, to just bring you a friend, to
Yeah.
bring you a partner that's gonna, listen to you and you listen to them and you comfort each other and
You
all of
help
that.
and you
You can still
support one
bring them.
another without realizing it. You're there to support one another and push each other and go, okay, don't stop, don't, encouragement, things like that,
Yeah,
because we've done that with each other where we're like, um I know whatever it is that's happening right now, but I want you to keep doing it, doing what you're doing with this, do even this more or whatever it is, because I want to see you succeed with that. And that's good to have someone in your life that actually does that,
it does.
and
It
they're
really
not
does.
there to take away, but they're actually there to add to your life. And then and that goes whether it's male, female, lover, not lover. If they're there to take away from your life or hurt or damage, you don't need it. You have enough of that shit out there in the world. You don't need it. Get rid of it. Anybody that's
You
close to
get
you
rid of
cannot be
it.
part
You
of that.
don't
Yeah.
need it. And not only that, you don't just want someone who's gonna just, be all sunshine and rainbows. Goddess Star will put the truth in my face. If I tell Goddess Star, you know, this is the blah blah blah, she's like, well, look, girl, you know, you need to do this, or you know, you need to do that. She'll bring
And
me up,
same,
and
and she
she'll
does the
say,
same
hey,
thing with me. She does the same thing with me. They have to be real with each other. Otherwise, how are you going to help each
you
other?
you
You know,
do
you
that's
cannot help
really
each other if you're
beautiful.
not being real with each other. And that means, and you can do spells for that. And again, in Janina's book, there are things for that to be able to help families or friends, or to get the kind of people in your circles that are the right kind of people to help you. And that
Mhm.
works with whether it's angel spells you're working with, candle spells, tarot spells, divination of different types. All of that can be accomplished in the exact same manner. It's just a matter of what tools, what parts of those tools you're using to
Right,
accomplish that outcome, that goal that you're trying to get. And you
absolutely.
know, and it will all fall into place. And the only thing is, I have to tell people is to be patient, because majority of people that do spells, they're like, you know, I did that spell, it didn't work, you know. And I can guarantee you, if they backtrack and check, it worked, just not the way they wanted it to. It worked in the sense of what was best for you. Because I remember there was a young lady that did, we worked with some spells for love. She wanted to attain a particular type of love, and also to have respect more for herself. She ended up, and she wanted this particular person, but it ended up where she did not get that particular person. But she ended up better on the outcome, in the sense of, um, she was more empowered on the other end, and met someone else that she would not even have considered. And now she's happy with that person. And the thing is, at the time she was saying the spell didn't work, I lost him. But in the sense, when, you know, I told her retrospectively, who did you end up with? And how is that person treating you? Oh my gosh,
Right.
he does this to me. I'm the queen. I'm like, and you said what? The spell did not work. When? How? What? You know? So the universe kind of, I always leave spells up to the universe. As much as I want something a certain way, I put my spell out and I kind of say, that's why we
Yeah.
do, that's why when you do your spell, um, the candle burn up into the ether and the universe. Everything is sent up, the incense, everything. And you leave it up to the universe to see the bigger picture, that you, being the human that you are, you're seeing it from one perspective, and the universe sees it
Hmm.
from the bigger perspective. And they look at all the aspects of it and they say, this is best for you, because they know better, you know. And we have to see it that way. We have to work it out. And a lot of times you'd be surprised at the end when you've learned. And that's because now you've become matured in your spell work. So you now know, okay, this worked out the way it was supposed to be for me. I am happier now. I'm with the kind of person that treats me with respect and treats me the way I want to be treated. To my husband,
Hmm.
I was a queen, and he treated me as that queen in every sense of the word. It's perfect for me because I hated to cook, and he wanted to do that for me. I'm like, I loved him so much for that. Because those things that I don't like to do, he enjoyed doing. So everything was good that way. I want that again. And until I won't settle, I'm okay with waiting. I won't settle. So you just have to think about things in a sense and be patient with yourself, and um, take a bigger look at the picture of things, and not be just self-centered on what is it that you want in that way. And because we want you to just be happy in your end result, we want you to be better off with your end result, and that's what we're trying to empower you with. So I hope you get that.
Absolutely. And then the last thing that I had come up with was for as far as doing something to help you manifest what you want is to actually charm charm your food. You know,
Yes,
food
yes.
carries certain energy. So if you're trying to be, if you get up in the morning every day and you have a glass of orange juice, a lot of people get up in the morning and they pour themselves a glass of orange juice. Oranges represent the sun, wealth, success, strength, courage, good health. Charm your orange juice, ingest your spell so that it's working from the inside out. People have coffee. Coffee represents wealth. So does tea. There was a time when tea was so expensive that the owners had actually a locked box that they would keep the tea in because it was subject to theft.
Oh,
That's how much
wow.
wealth it carried. So a plain old, I used to take a plain old Lipton tea bag every morning and empower it and rub my oils on it, and I would burn it on a charcoal block for success that day. You
Wow.
can do the same thing with your coffee. Charm your coffee before you drink it. If you eat apples, I love apples. Apples represent both the moon and Venus, the divine feminine. So if you're trying to look more beautiful and youthful and radiant, tell your apple
Glamour.
to do that for you and then eat it. If you're a guy and or even a woman and you need some real strong, like strong sexual energy, eat a banana. Did you know that at one point? No, seriously.
I
Did you
understand.
know
I
that at
understand. I'm just
one
finding it
point,
funny.
at one point, it was literally illegal for women to eat bananas in
That
some
part I did
cultures.
not know. Oh my goodness. That part I
Yeah,
did not
in
know.
some cultures, it was illegal to eat the bananas, and only like the upper echelon men were allowed to eat or considered because of their shape, their phallic shape,
Yeah, I
the
figured
men
it
were
was
not
something like that.
down
Yeah.
to help themselves. So you should really charm your food that you're eating. Oatmeal represents Venus and the fertility goddess creation energy. It equals wealth, it equals the earth. All of our riches come from the earth. So back in the olden days, food was considered money. They didn't have money. Your wealth was determined by how many crops you could bring in to feed your family or sell down at the market. So grains, herbs, those types of things carry that energy of wealth. So if you get up in the morning and have a bowl of oatmeal, go ahead and do that. Eggs represent creation,
Fertility.
creating
Yeah.
something. You eat eggs, tell the eggs to create money for you or good health for you or whatever, and then eat them. You can charm your food. So if you think about it, if you start charming your food, wearing your oils, making a dedicated altar, doing your meditations, you take the cards and create spells out of them or vision boards, just doing these few simple techniques. Imagine how much more powerful your spell work could be, because now you're not just lighting your candle and walking away. Now you are also the candle. You're wearing the oils, you're eating the foods, you're putting your intentions out there. You can be so much more successful. Wear your power colors, like really incorporate as much into
As you
your
can. Yeah.
spell as
Because you
possible.
essentially are the spell. You
You are the
become the
spell.
spell. So that's awesome.
You are the spell. And so that can actually, these little techniques, if you just combine them, you'd be amazed at the amount
Amount of
that
empowerment that's there.
empowerment, or even if you just see increase. Because like I said, for those who are looking for, if you're just looking for a better paying job, that's an easier spell because it's just dealing with a certain group of people or a certain industry, as opposed to if you wrote a book and you want to be famous, you want to be on the New York Times bestsellers list. Well, that means you need to appeal to like 1 million people or 100,000 people. I don't know what their parameters are to be on their list, but it's a lot of people. That takes time to rope in that many people in a spell work to read your book or look at your movie or whatever it is, or your headshots in a modeling aid because you want to be a movie star. There are
Right.
so many people trying to be movie stars or entertainment stars, singing stars, artists, whatever there are. There's a lot of competition out there. And also, you also have to attract all of these fans. That's a big spell, and it takes
It
time
does. It takes
to
time.
do that. So, people get frustrated. Oh, well, I burned a candle for a month and nothing happened. Okay, well, how many people are involved in the spell that you're trying to do? If you're trying to be America's Next Top Model and you're going up against thousands of women that are trying to get on this show, then a month isn't going to do it. You have to keep, And then you look at your little increments. Maybe you got a call back. Maybe someone asked you for their headshot, your headshot, and they hadn't asked you before. Okay, that's progress. Focus on, the more you focus on the progress and show gratitude for that progress, the more you will get what you want. It is so much easier that way. So we would
Yeah.
like for all of you, just give it a shot. You know what? This week, we would like for you to dress yourself like a candle, eat the right foods, empower your foods, wear your power colors that you wear that are going to represent whatever it is that you're trying to bring into your life, and do it for a week just to see if there's any improvement, or do it for 2 weeks. Maybe a week isn't long enough. Let's just say do it. Tomorrow's the full moon. Let's do
Yeah.
it from the full moon to the new moon. Let's give it 2 weeks. Give it a try and
And see
let
what
us
happens.
know. Did you make any progress? Now, when we say progress, we mean whatever any kind of progress that you have made. We don't mean like, oh,
Your
you
kind
ring
of
the
your
bell and
kind
then
of
we expect
progress.
you
Yeah.
in 2 weeks to tell us you won the Powerball. Okay. Lots of us do spells to win the Powerball. Do you know how many millions of people are doing spells to win the Powerball? So,
Yeah, I don't do
but if
spells
you
like
see,
that. I don't do
let's
spells
just
like
say
that.
you did a lottery spell and you won $50 or $20 or whatever, that's progress. So just try it. Try it for 2 weeks where
Hmm.
power colors, empower your food, empower yourself, and see what happens, and see how much more progress that you can make. Make a little altar, even if it's only as big as a saucer, and it can hold a crystal, a candle, and a petition. That's fine. Altars do not have to be huge, humongous things. They can be very, very small and be just as effective as a 10-foot altar. One day, I hope to have a 10-foot altar made all of copper. I have it all planned out. But until that day happens, I'm rolling with what I have.
Yes.
And so we would love for you guys to try these techniques. If you have not joined our Witch Times Facebook group, please do. Oh, please allow me to make a plea to all of you lovely, wonderful, fabulous people that are on Facebook with us. I know that a lot of you because we used to be called the Priestess View, and we
All
have a
right.
page,
Yeah.
and we switched to Witch Times. And they wouldn't let me just change the name of the page. They didn't allow it. And so, but we still have a lot of people visiting the Priestess View page to find out about the show. So I am asking you to please look for our actual Witch Times page, and
And
please
like
like
it.
it, because
Yeah.
everyone still goes to the other page. And also we have a Witch Times group that you can join. And so, let us know, use the group to let us know how your progress is going
Yeah.
by employing these techniques, just to see if they help you. It's just really like adding layers and layers and layers. So you've got your candle going, you've got the colors that you're wearing, you've got the crystals in your pocket, you've got your oils on your body, you have supercharged, you put some sugar in your shampoo, and just all these things, and see if you have better progress or are making good progress, and let us know. And if you make even just a little bit of progress, is progress. That's all I focus on. It's like, oh, look at the
Yes.
progress I made this week. No matter how small it was, I congratulate myself on that. And so go ahead and do that. And please let us know, how that works out for you. Join our Facebook group,
And let us know. Hey,
yeah,
you
and
can even,
let
you
us
know what
know.
I would even like? You can even take little pictures of your small different altars, whether it's the wealth altar or the love altar or whatever it is, and say, see, this is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Whatever floats your boat. But let us know if it's maybe a little tweaking we might be able to help you with or something like that. Hey, you never know. Or others might suggest it in the group, because in that group there's some really great people there that love to converse and help one another there. So
Mhm.
you're welcome to do so.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, with all that said, that's our show for tonight. As always, we are so, so grateful to you for joining us on our show, for being so fabulously supportive with what we do. And we just love you to pieces. And
Mwah!
so we wish you
Yes,
the most
you
awesomest, dope, amazing full moon manifestations
ever, ever,
tomorrow,
ever.
forever. And we're just so grateful. We're really grateful that you brought your friends.
Yeah,
We do
that was so
events.
cool. That was so cool. That if you would like something so much that you could bring your friends along, and you guys rock. You really do.
Really,
Thank
that is
you.
such a compliment.
It
Thank
is,
you.
right? Thank you.
Thank you for that. So please bring more friends, share this. But most importantly, remember we do this for you because we do love you and we are grateful to you always.
Yeah. Thank you guys
So
so much.
also we say, Hail Mercury. We know you're in
Oh, yes,
Pennsylvania,
yes,
but we
yes.
beg you for compassion. For compassion, just help us to get through it with the least amount of frustration possible, please. And we are grateful. Thank you. Hail Mercury. Everybody say Hail
Hail
Mercury.
Mercury. We love you,
We
Mercury.
love you. We love you.
Mwah. And with that said, merry
Merry
meet,
meet,
merry
merry
part,
part,
and
and
merry
merry
meet
meet
again.
again.
Woo!
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.
See you guys. Oh, and blessed full moon.
And blessed full moon.
Yeah, I just remembered.